Hi, this is Linda and Aron with Traveling Flamingo, and today we're going to take you through one of the most iconic parts of dining on Cunard cruises, and that's the main dining room. If you ever wondered about dining on Cunard, we're going to explain to you how the main dining room works through the tradition and elegance that is a Cunard main dining room. So let's talk about the atmosphere, the dress code, and of course, share some stories of our own experiences.
On Cunard cruises, there is a class system or a tiered system. Most people are going to be on the Britannia class, which is the Britannia restaurant. And this is their massive 2-story restaurant with this grand staircase, mosaic, chandeliers. You're definitely not missing anything by being in that bottom tier. That's what we were dining on, and that's what we're really going to be focusing on today. If you are sailing Queen's Grill or Princess Grill, you will have a separate dining area or a separate space, but most people are going to be in the Britannia restaurant.
At first, we weren't sure if we'd be missing out. This was kind of a once-in-a-lifetime cruise that we did at Transatlantic. But we really enjoyed it. The staff was amazing, the food was really good, and we didn't feel like we were in a different class necessarily. We just really enjoyed the food, we really enjoyed the servers, and the chefs came out and worked with you and everything else. We also weren't exactly sure how formal it was going to be, and so we had everything we could packed. But on the main dining room, it is more formal, but it's more of like a golf casual type of restaurant. There are, of course, formal nights. And they really have a great atmosphere on board. When you go into that main area, there's this beautiful mural that you've seen on many of the Cunard ships, and so they've got it on here. It's a 2-story dining room. The service and staff is great. Take time, walk around, look at all the different things that are in the dining room, because there are a bunch of little hidden things. If you've got allergies as well, they really will take care of you. Our little one had a little bit of a kidney problem, and he couldn't have salt. So the head stew, or whatever you might call them, came out and really helped us out with everything. They had pre-planned menus. They knew exactly what he needed. And every time we sat there, it was the same staff. It was the same waiters. And they knew what our little one needed, and we were able to just make it as smooth as possible.
And that sort of leads us into the next section, which is set dining times. So we did have the same servers because we had the set dining time. So you can choose this. You can have the early seating or late seating. Early seating is between 5:30 or 6, and the late seating is around 8 p.m. So we were lucky we did have the early seating with our little one. But it does mean that you get to know the servers, you get to know the staff, and if you're seated with other people, I mean, that's a big part of cruising, is that social piece. So definitely, one of the tips is just to embrace it, embrace the atmosphere, embrace the opportunities to be dressing up a little bit and meeting other people on your cruise. Your other option is open seating, so you can show up and get a table when you can, kind of thing. And we just found having that set dining time did work well for us, but other people like the flexibility because if you've got ports or just depending on how your day's going. So it is nice that they offer both options.
Now, we're not really going to touch on it, but as you move up in the price range, they do have a section where you can come anytime and your table is there. But again, we're not going to talk into that because we didn't have that.
Most people sailing in Britannia restaurant will not have that. But definitely, this is part of that traditional cruising experience that you've got the set dining time. So, enjoy it.
Lean into it. So the menu will rotate. It does have generally international foods, but they have British staples like your beef Wellington. They do have other stuff, of course, like lamb shanks and seafood and other things that you'd expect on your cruise ship. The desserts are also really great. There's souffles and crumbles, and there is always a healthy option if you're looking for that. Just as that the food is really well done. They really do focus on the quality of that food and the way that they make it, which we really did appreciate. Linda couldn't often just pick one dessert, and half the time we couldn't pick just one main. But do talk to your server because they can always make accommodations if you need, or give you more food if you need. Also, just of note, unlike some cruise lines, what's in the MDR isn't in the buffet. The buffet is smaller and they don't have as much stuff. So if you like what's on the menu, go, because you won't find it somewhere else. Flip side, if you don't like it, then of course there's always the buffet.
Yeah, I definitely don't have any regrets about getting more than one dessert. And the MDR is somewhere you can also go for breakfast and lunch. We really enjoyed having breakfast there. They have your traditional breakfast, bacon and eggs, as well as other options available for you, fresh fruit. and, having a nice table service option, watching the waves go by outside. It was just actually a really nice, relaxed way to start the day. And I know some people maybe would have avoided that with a little one, but he was so excited to watch everything that was happening, and the servers are talking to him, and they get the food out pretty fast. It worked well for us most mornings.
Yeah, and a lot of the people in there are happy to chat with you, which is great. So it's all a very friendly atmosphere we experienced.
And lunch is a little bit more casual than dinner is, but it's still really elegant. Make sure you check the times that breakfast and lunch are offered. It is not like the buffet open as many hours. So if that's something that you want to experience, or as Aron said, if you like something that you see on the menu, especially at the lunch, make sure you check those times so you don't miss out.
So the dress code on Cunard is something that people might feel intimidated by. And of course, we're going to start off with the amazing gala events. They do have a very fancy gala event, and when you're in those things, you'll see people in tuxedos and gowns, cocktail dresses, things like that, in the MDR as well, of course. Recently, Cunard had talked about getting rid of those. They used to have different things like a masquerade ball and so forth, but it sounds like they've brought them back, which is great because we really had a great time with it. On our sailing, we did have the masquerade ball and the black and white event, which was great because I could still wear black and white with a mask. In general, when you're not in a gala event, it's basically smart casual. I look at it like golf club attire. It doesn't necessarily need to be a collared shirt with a jacket or anything, but a collared shirt and some sort of golf pants and stuff is all that you really need, at least for guys. That's what I mostly wear. Some sort of collared shirt, didn't have to be buttoned up. You will notice people will have jackets on and things like that. So there is a spectrum, but in general, you can absolutely pass with just a golf shirt and golf pants.
Yeah, as we say, lean into it as far as you want to go. For us, the traveling we were doing, we were limited on space. We've made a full video about the dress code, but don't let it deter you from going. You can definitely pack and make things work that you can still go and enjoy the full experience.
Yeah, we found people that were there that were at one day dressed to the nines, and the other day they're like, look, I'm barely going to make the dress code today. And that's fine. You choose what you want. Don't feel intimidated by it. Of course, you can, if you want, dress up in a ball gown. Completely up to you. A lot of people had fun with it, and a lot of people were like, maybe not. So a couple of tips that we want to give you. Embrace the seating. You can get tables on your own, of course, but if you're not, it's great. We met a bunch of people that were around us. We had great conversations with people on the ship. Embrace it. It is, I think a lot of people go on these ships to make them experiences. And sometimes you meet interesting people that have been on 70 of them and you wonder how they can afford it.
Yeah, 70 Cunard cruises, that's life goals right there.
Exactly.
Also, don't be scared to ask your waiter for recommendations. We did enjoy trying new things, and if you get something you don't love, you can ask for something else. So this is a great opportunity to take advantage of that.
I think, too, an important thing about Cunard is they really do have great food. And so if you want to try something, it's the best place, in my opinion, to try it, because you're going to be trying something that is well made and well prepared. And if you don't like it, that's fine. You can either order something else or you can go to the buffet. There's many options for different foods, but they have a really high quality of food. And it does open that door if you've never had salmon and you want to try salmon, but worried about having discount salmon. Get it on Cunard and see if you like it. And if you don't like it, then you can get something else.
You can tell Aron doesn't love seafood, that salmon is the, going out of his comfort zone. If you want to try salmon. And our last tip is at least pack one gala outfit, which is squishing something. It doesn't have to be big. If you've got it with you, it means you have the opportunity to go. You don't want to be on the ship and have met people and want to go to the gala night, and now you can't because you didn't bring your formal outfit. So just throw something in their bag. At least you'll have it with you.
At least on the sailing we were on, they did have tuxedo rentals and they did have masquerade masks that you could use. I would say, though, save your money because some of those things can be incredibly expensive on a cruise ship. Bring it. It'll be a lot cheaper than buying a suit.
So the main dining room with Cunard Cruises can really set the tone for your voyage. It's elegant, it's traditional, you're going to make some great memories there. So it's something that you will want to, have those options for to check out. Yeah, it's when you're sailing with Cunard, it's not just dinner, it's really part of that ocean liner experience.
We would definitely sail with Cunard again. I think you do have to be ready for it because it is a bit more formal and it's not exactly like a, Carnival or Royal Caribbean cruise. So you do have to be prepared for it. But if you're looking for something that is stately and something that is once in a lifetime, or for some people, maybe 70th in a lifetime, then it's absolutely something that you should go on and try. It is a unique experience and it does bring back that old ocean liner days. We did a transatlantic, of course, but there are other ones out there that they do, and it's very stately and it's very posh and it's a lot of fun, but it's very accessible. You don't have to dress up in ball gowns. You don't have to dress up in, tuxedos during the day.
Yeah, we took our 1.5-year-old.
Yeah, like it's accessible and it's comfortable, and if it's something you've been thinking of, I would highly suggest it. It was actually a lot of fun and we really did enjoy it.
If you have any other questions around cruising with Cunard or videos you want us to make, let us know in the comments below. We'd be happy to do that, to make stuff that would be helpful for you guys. So if you found this video helpful, please do hit that like and subscribe button and let us know what's your favorite cruise line's main dining room experience. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch our video, and happy travels.